What's going on, guys? Master Tom here. Today we're going to be continuing our blocking system series. Today we're going to be doing 10-point blocking system, which we learn at Green Belt. This blocking system's a little bit different than an 8-point blocking system, as it's a little bit more of quote-unquote form or breathing exercise than the 8-point blocking system where we're counting out our blocks and we're doing our blocks 1, 2, 3, 4. And it actually is very interesting because I get this question a lot. What are the 10 points or the 10 blocks in 10-point blocking system? And that's a good question we're going to get into in this video. Come on, let's go check it out. All right, guys, let me demonstrate 10-point blocking system, and then we'll break it down a little bit for you. All right, guys, this 10-point blocking system, let's break it down slow and get into a little bit of the details. So as we start off, we're bowing, stepping out into a horse stance, double chop block coming down. We're going to come up, double chop block coming up this way. We're going to come back down, another double chop here. We're going to come in, we're going to bring our fingers together, open up, 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 and then out this way. Double shudo chop. One hand can go a little bit higher than the other, so it doesn't have to be exactly perfect. Could be a little bit over. I'm going to bring my hands in and down with a double press. I'm going to bring my hands in as I turn to the side. I'm turning to a 45-degree angle here, so I'm not going to be all the way here, but I'm basically just pivoting in my horse stance. So as I press down here, turn, press, right hand on top, left hand on bottom, pressing in, bring my hands back in to my center as I center my horse stance, press out to the side. Again, I'm on that 45-degree angle. This hand's going to come down with a chop. This hand's coming down with a ridge. These two hands, when I come down with this, it's not 1, 2. Look where my belt knot is. Or it's not going to be 1, 2. Both of these happen as my belt knot stops moving. So they're both coming in 1, 2. So as I'm here, when my belt knot stops, that's when a second strike should come in, or second block. Open up. Here's another one of these open up blocks right here. I'm going to do a push. I'm going to grab and do a pull. And notice where I'm pulling. I'm pulling to my center. And we're going to talk about that in a little bit. Come up. Waiter's block. As I do this waiter's block here, this hand is going to be underneath here. My hands are going to cross. So my right hand's on top. My hands are going to cross. Right hand goes low. I'm going to circle. Everything comes in. My shoulders are back. So that's important. I'm not coming here. And this is not just going to be right here in front of me. As I come down, everything is here. And now I press. Coming forward. Same thing. Waiter's block here. Using my ridge hand here. Open up, circle, shoulder blades are back so I can really press forward here. Notice when I do these palm strikes or blocks, my fingers are not out first, so it's not here. Palms are out first. So my palm and my palm have to be the striking surface. If you're here, my fingers are hitting first. So this is more of a palm, so my palm has to be out. Flex that wrist here, and then we're done. So let me walk through it one more time for you guys. A little bit slow. So come down, open, down. Fingers together, roll up, double chop, press. Come in, again, shoulder blades are back, press. In, shoulder blades are back, press. Palm is out first, not fingers. Chop ridge, they come in together, open, push, pull. Notice my center moves up and forward, down and back. Waiter's block, come up. Again, my center moves up, and now I center myself back down. Here, boom, up, shoulder blades back, bang, boom. So that, guys, is 10-point blocking system. Now you guys are probably wondering, what are the 10 points? We'll get into that in a second here. So when we're doing a 10-point blocking system, again, this one's a little bit different than 8-point, where it's more of a form. or sometimes people use this as a breathing exercise, but we need to break this down. And what are the blocks? Right away, straight off the bat, everybody always thinks like, oh yeah, someone's bear hugging you. You're going to do a double chop block and defend this way. Remember, we're practicing this from a horse stance. So in my head, it can be this double, someone's bear hugging you and you're just trying to block. But also think of 10-point blocking system as almost as 8-point with using 2 hands at once. So if I had to do 8-point blocking system and I did 1 and 2 at the same time, 3 and 4 at the same time, 5 and 6, 7 and 8. And now let me do it like a breathing exercise. If you go like this. Well, that is kind of like the same way we kind of do 10-point. So now start breaking it down. If we're doing 8-point and we're in a horse half moon stance, now we're doing our blocks. We're doing our blocks from here, and these blocks are a lot different now, right? Because now they look more applicable and being able to apply them to real life. Same thing with 10-point. Don't think of it so much here. Think of it more here. Now I'm here. Now this turns into a block here. This turns into a block here. So now you have different blocks from here, whatever it is we're going to be doing. We're going to break them down in a minute. So practice these blocks. Practice it as a form. Practice it as a breathing exercise. Also, practice it in a half moon stance. So you can be here, down, up, over, boom, press. And just work on that first part and just work on these blocks from these stances. What the 10 points are, I don't know if anybody actually knows. I'm actually curious if anybody knows the actual 10 blocks or 10 points of this blocking system. Definitely comment below. What I was told from my instructor is, and I'll break it down for you guys, here's the 10 points that I was told. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this is 6, 7, 8. This was like all 8, and this was 9, and this was 10. So obviously there's a lot more blocks than just 10 in there. So a lot of it was just kind of like, all right, this is all number 9. This is all number 10. You could break each one of those down into 3, 4, 5 blocks. So I think 10-point blocking has a lot more than 10 points. I'm not entirely sure where those 10 points came from or why the name was 10-point blocking system. But again, if anybody has any more information on that, I would be all ears. So let's get into some practical applications of these blocks. All right, guys, so now we got Master Pat here with us, and we're going to break down some of these blocks. So like I said, the first ones could be Pat is maybe coming in with a bear hug, and we're doing like this double block. If he's coming low, it could be down here. If it's coming up high, it could be up here, right? This double chop that we have at the beginning could be here, and then this is a press down. So now you might go, oh, Master Tom, hold on, there's a blocking system, and we're doing strikes. Well, we did the 8-point blocking system, and were those blocks or those strikes? Remember, every block can be a strike, every strike can be a block. So 10-point blocking system, no different. Some of these could be strikes. But like I said, so it could just be he comes up high, I'm blocking here, these turn into a double chop, and I'm pressing his head down. Could also be he tries to front choke me, I block here, and he's still advancing with me. Maybe he's trying to headbutt me or just advancing coming forward. And maybe this double chop here just turns into a press right there. And that technically is not even a strike, it's just a block. This press can also be defending his knees. So Pat maybe has me in a clinch here, and he throws a knee, bang, and I'm just pressing and blocking this knee here. Trying to block, if I'm blocking the knee with this double palm, I'm trying not to block the point of his knee. I block a little bit higher, more in the meaty part to kind of jam his knee up. So here, I'm taking a lot more force of the knee. Here, I'm going to jam that up a little bit more. So if I'm here, obviously I'm fighting for inside control or whatever I'm doing to try to get here, but I see that knee coming, and man, I need to block that knee. Boom, there's my press right there. So that's kind of the first parts of the block. Oh, you also have this here, right, at the beginning. This could be off, again, he's got a tight collar choke, maybe just to help me learn to get that mechanics of getting my hands in and getting that flip out there. So I'm coming up and getting that flip out. But again, it could be he's throwing a punch, right? So hold on a second. So basically we just broke down the beginning part, and this was kind of all double hand. But again, we could do this single hand. So as he's throwing a punch, low, just for now, right? This could be just boom, or a kick, or whatever. He throws a punch high. Now we got this, right? Now he throws, let's say he throws this punch. Again, let's say he's just throwing a jab. This part here, where we were doing a chop press, Could be he throws that punch, and I'm blocking and just pressing that hand down. So he throws the left hand, he throws the other hand, boom, press. He throws that hand, boom, press. So it's just, so this part here doesn't necessarily have to be two hands. It could literally just be one hand. So we're breaking down the techniques with one hand, two hands. The next part of the blocking system is going to be this right here, these tiger blocks. Again, this is kind of like Kamishin 17. So as he's punching, my hand, I'm basically doing like an inside tiger, black tiger block. So my hand is just basically sliding in. And again, this turns into a strike. So this hand is here, coming in here. This turns into a strike, this turns into a strike. So my block turns into a strike. When you're doing these types of blocks, one, you don't want to be here and you don't want to have your chin up. Make sure I'm hiding my chin under my shoulder. So I'm going to come in and I'm driving. So I'm having this hand here and just drive. Boom. Again, palms have to hit first. We're not coming out with our fingers first. It's got to be palms. So if he throws that right hand, boom, just driving in. Okay, so just hide behind his hand like you're looking down a barrel of a gun and just come in with that block. So that's these blocks here. Now we have this chop and this ridge. Just basically exactly what it looks like. I like to use this off of a front kick. It could be more like I'm facing this way. So maybe I was fighting multiple people or something, and Pat comes at me with that front kick, and I'm just here, and I'm just going to turn. As he comes with that front kick, I'm here, I see it, boom, and I'm just blocking and striking. This hand turns into a strike right to the calf. So it's like, boom, bang. Could be he throws that foot. Could be boom, bang. Could be to the inside thigh. Could be to the groin. Or it could be just double block. He just throws a powerful kick, and I just twist him coming. I'm just like, whoa, and I'm just getting out of the way. So I like to think of it more as like just turning and just getting out of the way with those two blocks. So now we have those two blocks there. Now we get to an interesting part. This open up. We did this already, right? Same, could be a front choke, could be a one-hand block. The push and the pull. These are interesting blocks because you might be like, well, how am I going to do a push? What's a push? So push is basically here's where I like to use it the best. Is me and Pat are on guard. Pat's going to throw a spinning technique at me. Any spinning technique, go ahead. And all I'm going to do is just push Pat out of the dojo. So if you catch the person at the right time here, right, if you catch the person at the right time, guys, the person might be off balance. So we'll do it slow. So Pat's throwing a spinning technique, right? So go slow, so a little bit slow. So Pat's throwing a spinning technique, and I see it coming. If I can step in, right, and if I can get into this zone of sanctuary right here where I'm kind of safe. If I'm out here, I be getting hit. If I'm in really close, I'm not going to get hit as much. So this is a nice place to be, especially when someone's spinning on you. But as he's spinning on me, so we'll start again. Like, if I can see this and I can close this gap and just push him out of the way, a lot of times when people are spinning, their stance is a little bit narrow, they're closed in, and they're easy to get pushed and knocked over. So that push works really well off of a spin. But then you have the opposite, the pull. Now let's go into, we're going to do the same thing. Pat's going to do a spinning back fist again at me. But now when he throws a spinning back fist, boom, catch, and I pull. Again, I'm just, so we had the push before. Now this is the pull. All I'm doing is hooking his arm. We'll do it, throw this hand for a second. Spin this way. All I'm doing is hooking his arm, and I'm pulling right to my center. Don't want to grab here and pull here. I'm pulling right down to my center, and I can keep spinning him, take him, throw him, do whatever I need to do. So there's your push, there's your pull. You could do the pull off of a roundhouse kick too. If he throws a roundhouse kick at me, I could work on pulling if I wanted to. It's not the most ideal block for a roundhouse kick. I can think of a lot of other different blocks better than that, but that's another option. Sometimes you just get caught in a situation where you have to block it however you have to block it, and that might be one of the options you have. So you have the push, you have the pull. Now you have the waiter's block. So this is another interesting one. A lot of people will always be like, what's this waiter's block? Well, if we break this down, if I'm on guard, why would I put, if Pat's throwing this punch at me just for demonstration purposes, why would I put this hand down here? Could be I'm just blocking this hand here and this hand's on guard. I like this version. But it could be maybe Pat was throw like a high punch here and I'm blocking here, and then he starts throwing like a punch to the body and like, yeah, so throw that punch high and then throw the next punch low. So this hand might be checking checking a hand low after I block this hand. So it might not necessarily be at the same time. Sometimes you might be, 1-2. I've seen versions of 10-point blocking where a person actually puts their hand right on their elbow and they're doing this. I don't like this version. I like this version better, where this is more of a check here. But I'll get into the more practical. This is the best way I love using 10-point blocking. Again, we're going to do it off the spin. So now, let's say Pat's doing a spin. Now before, we said it didn't matter what Pat was throwing at me for the push, right? If Pat was going to throw anything at me, spinning, it could be a spinning kick, it could be a spinning punch. When he starts spinning and I push, bang, it doesn't matter what it is. But now, you also might not know what's coming. And instead of doing a push, as Pat spins, we're going to do it slow for a second. As Pat spins, what I want to do is get into this zone again, right here, right? But when I get into this zone, I might not know what's coming. Back fist, kick, I don't know what's coming. But what I want to do is I want to put up a wall. So now when Pat spins on me, boom, I'm putting up this wall. So this hand is checking this hip. This hand is checking the shoulder. If my fingers happen to poke him in the eyes, that's bonus. You can come back over here, Pat. So that's always bonus. So as he spins on me, boom, and I don't know what's coming, I'm just blocking everything. So now I have a block right here. So this right here, blade, I put my blade of my forearm right into the shoulder right here. This checks his hip right here. So if he was going to do a spin kick or something like that, I'm checking his hip. I'm also stopping his momentum of his spin with that hip check. And then this hand is stopping this hand from coming forward. Even if it was an elbow, back fist, doesn't matter. I stop it here at the source. Again, if my fingers poke his eyes, that's bonus. Boom. So if those who have dragon blocking system, just like we worked on Dom at the beginning of the class today. So dragon blocking system is a little bonus with that, but that's not part of 10-point. So basically, so as he spins, you have a push, boom, spin, boom, pull, or Pat spins on me, and I'm here, and I just check. But your biggest thing with all of these blocks, remember, the difference between 10-point and 8-point is hard and soft. So 8-point, if you guys remember from the 8-point blocking video, when Pat throws a punch, we're attacking. I'm attacking his arm. So as he punches, I'm bang, he punches, bang, right? Whatever blocks I'm doing, I'm attacking. 10-point are soft blocks. But the difference is, soft blocks is not this. This is not soft blocks. Pat's, we're not doing this. These are not soft blocks, okay? So what we mean by soft blocks is I'm not necessarily attacking Pat's arm. I still have to block it. I still have to put up a good block. When he punches, it still has to be a good block, but it's not, I'm trying to attack this. It's, boom, I'm blocking. I have some motion with it, boom. I have some motion, so whatever he throws low, right, boom, I'm blocking low, blocking high, wherever he is, but these blocks still are blocks, they're firm, they're just not 8-point blocking system hard. Once I block these here, boom, I can work on spinning his arms and then pressing. If I am able to get these blocks, boom, even look, I get one hand, boom, and I just work on that. Here's that press, that circle, boom, and then press. So that's just one way to do that circle. You could break this part down, this circle part down, and I'm just doing this. He throws a punch low, it could be this. That's breaking this part down. It doesn't have to be together. The circle doesn't have to be together. It could just be he threw a punch high, and this is just a circle, kind of like Kamishin 4. Could be here, he throws boom down, and I come in and wrap. So strike, something like that. So those are the different ways to kind of break down that last part here. So I wanted to make sure we got that part in there. So I think we covered all the blocks now. So 10-point blocking system is more softer blocks. 8-point blocking system is harder blocks. So I'm going to go back to that metaphor that we did with 8-point blocking system. So if you had that train driving down the tracks for 8-point blocking system, it's like we're putting a big brick wall in front of that train, and that train's going to smash into that wall, and we're going to stop that train from coming in. 10-point blocking is that train's coming down the tracks, and we're going to drop a giant foam cushion right in front of that train. The cushion's going to absorb that train a little bit and slow it down and stop it. So that's kind of the metaphor between 8-point blocking and 10-point blocking. I'm going to continue that metaphor throughout the rest of our blocking systems when we get to the rest of our blocking systems in the series. So I think we covered all of the different types of blocks from 10-point blocking system. Like I said, make sure you guys are practicing it. Practice it in your horse stance like a breathing exercise. Practice it like a form, but make sure you guys break it down. Practice with both hands. Practice with one hand at a time. Practice right foot forward, left foot forward. Have your partner throw different strikes at you. Try different blocks. Try different applications for it. And that, guys, is 10-point blocking system.